Welcome to everyone that is joining. Just giving everyone a moment to connect into the interpretation.
Hi, Candace.
Okay, great. Can you hear me okay?
I can.
And I'm gonna just see if I can share my screen. Okay, so for all who are entering the room, there are instructions to join translation services here.
Amazing how they put this together,
I know, isn't
right? I'm so impressed.
it? Okay. I will move to the second slide that also has instructions. Just give everyone a moment to try to connect. Well, welcome everyone. My name is Candace Watley. I am the Deputy Director of our Children's Rights Division at the Legal Aid Society of Rockland County, located in New City. And Norma, if you want to
Recording stopped.
just introduce yourself. Oh,
My name is Norma Nieves, and I'm a paralegal at the Legal Aid Society for the Civil Division.
I will just share my screen again. Let's pull up our PowerPoint. Okay. So the Legal Aid Society of Rockland County offers free legal services to many residents of Rockland County who are unable to afford an attorney or legal services. We want to ensure that everyone has representation in court proceedings because we know how important it is um, for someone to be represented and to understand what their rights are and be able to enforce their rights. Today, we would like to talk to you about how to access free legal services, what those free legal services entail. And so please bear with us. We will move on to our next slide. One of the areas that the Legal Aid Society offers services in is in children's rights. As children's rights attorneys, we protect the rights of children by representing them in family court proceedings that involve abuse and neglect, PINs, juvenile delinquency, custody, guardianship, and visitation. Our cases are assigned to us by the Rockland Family Court. So once a petition is filed, children are assigned an attorney, either for our office or if it presents any type of conflict, then it would be assigned to another attorney in the county. Those services are, again, free of charge for children. We also provide representation for education matters. Every child has the right to learn, and all children can learn when they're provided with the necessary tools. But what education looks like for each child may be different depending on their needs. And children have rights that they can enforce to make sure that the educational plan that they're provided works for them and that they are progressing. We help families and children when they feel like they're not in the program that is a right fit for them, to make sure that they know what their rights are and to assist them in school related matters, whether that be in hearings or um, educational meetings. We're there to provide assistance with that as well. We also provide specialized advocacy in school related matters that might present a systemic issue. So sometimes we'll see a trend that is happening within, a school district for students. And because we're working with so many different students, we are able to try to intervene systemically where that might be appropriate as well.
Candice, I'm wondering if you're able to give a short, quick vignette of an example of because you've been doing this a lot with the schools. If you could just give an example
Of which part of the
of advocacy and supporting, like within the school, like a situation that you provide
Okay,
support in.
absolutely. I'm going to move to the next slide because I think that's where we're headed. Um, okay, so just to break it down a little bit more in depth, all children are entitled to what's called a free, appropriate public education. Um, we use an acronym amongst practitioners and school providers, and we call it FAPE, free, appropriate public education. So for an educational program to be appropriate, it has to be designed to meet a student's individual needs. And for disabled students, it has to meet those needs to the same extent that a program would meet the needs for a non-disabled student. Children are also required to be educated in the least restrictive environment, meaning that each public agency, each school district must ensure to the maximum extent appropriate that children with disabilities, including children in public or private institutions, are educated with children who are non-disabled. Some of the education and community advocacy project referrals and consultations that we work on, and I think Evelyn, this is where you were going with it. I'll give some examples. So some of the matters that we help with, for example, are school discipline matters. So where children are continuously removed from the classroom, maybe they're struggling, having issues with behavior. Um, when we're seeing a pattern of that, we're able to intervene in those matters, ask for school meetings, meet with school staff, suspensions, when children are suspended for extended periods of time. We're able to represent them at suspension hearings and make sure that their rights are protected. Expulsions, we're able to represent children at expulsion hearings. And manifestation determination reviews, which are special reviews for children who are classified and have an IEP, to protect them also from being removed from the class or suspended from school, um, where their disability has an effect on their behaviors that
Thank
might
you.
lead to them being removed from the classroom.
Hmm.
We also provide representation in special education matters. So where there are referrals for evaluations, if a student is suspected to have a disability or they might need additional assistance, the process begins with evaluations, and we're able to help parents request those evaluations, make sure that they receive complete evaluations, that they're receiving all the evaluations that they need to receive. Um, and if there's a need for evaluations by independent evaluators to help them with that process as well. We are also able to provide assistance with developing the individualized education plan or IEP. So that individualized program for each child, we're there at the meetings to make sure that it's something that the parent and the child feels will work for the child, and also to evaluate the plan as time goes on, and to attend those follow-up meetings with the family. Any denial of services that parents or children feel like they need, we're there to advocate to make sure that they receive all the services that they're entitled to and all the services that will help them to be successful in their school careers. And also, we assist with advocating for alternative school placement. Sometimes a child is not able to properly access education in the school where they are currently assigned. So we are also able to assist with trying to identify alternative school placements when that is appropriate. And we also, oh, I'm so skipped. Going back, we also are able to assist with English language learners' rights. So where there is a pattern of poor or failing grades, um, truancy, non-attendance, issues with registration and enrollment issues, home instruction and homeschooling, we're able to assist with those matters as well. The most important thing to know, and we'll stress this throughout our presentation, is that if you feel like you're not getting the assistance that you need within the school or otherwise, it's always a great idea to reach out to an attorney as early as possible. The earlier you reach out, the better, because we're better able to help the earlier that you do that. So our office is there to help. Our services are free. If we are not able to assist you, we have a host of other organizations around the county that are able to assist, and we're able to direct you in the right place.
Amazing. And I don't know if Norma was going to speak in regards to how she supports clients that come to the office,
Oh,
just so that,
yes, we're going to
yeah.
move on to the next.
Only because we have 3 minutes for
Oh,
the
okay,
next
okay.
speaker, and
Oh,
um
okay.
and we want to make sure that we give them the pose. So if you don't mind having Norma,
Sure,
okay,
absolutely. Okay, Norma, take it away.
Of course, I'm on the civil side.
yes,
We share an office with the attorneys for children. Our cases are landlord tenant cases, which is probably the biggest uh, the biggest group of people that we get contacting us. We also do foreclosures if the bank is trying to take away your home, SSI and SSD cases, disability cases. We have an advocate that does that. If you've been denied Social Security, disability, or SSI, we do divorces. We have somebody who works with people that have problems with food stamps, ongoing public assistance, Medicaid, and we do unemployment hearings as well. The most important thing I think about our organization is that we do not accept any federal funding so we can help people that are undocumented.
love it,
Okay, because people
amazing,
come to us and that's like their first thing. They're so afraid. They're afraid, my landlord is telling me they're going to call immigration or they're going to do this or they're going to do that. So it's very important for us, for everyone to know that we can help people doing that.
excellent. And you speak Spanish,
Hi,
right,
yo hablo
Norma?
español.
And
So please call our office.
there's other individuals that speak other languages at the office, correct?
Well, we have something called language line also. So
Okay,
if I get somebody who's Creole speaking, they come into my
okay,
office, I sit them down and I call language line. So there's
love
never
it,
going to be a barrier. We're always going to have somebody. The phone number is on here. Please call if you have any other questions. I know this is very
wonderful.
short, but those are the things that we do and we're here to help.
And
The link
again,
for
we're gonna
our
have this
website.
information available. Yoani, you have a question?
Yes. Hi, Evelyn.
Okay. Hi, Yoani.
Thanks so much for
Absolutely.
inviting me, by the way. This is such a necessary time to, come together as
I'm
community.
gonna give you half a minute, Yoani.
Okay. It'll be 3 seconds. So
Okay.
I want to say for districts that aren't necessarily sending information about just rights of the parents during this political time. So if your district's not necessarily doing that, I wonder what Candace suggests how we can share information with parents. Like, do you do school visits, Candace? Like, do you meet with clinicians and school
Uh,
educators?
Certainly in the room on many occasions when I'm attending meetings,
Okay.
and I can certainly reach out. That's something helpful to know. So I will try to reach out about making sure the districts are distributing that information that we
Mm,
talked about in that
Dynamic.
earlier
And
presentation.
they can reach out to you, Candace and Norma, correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
okay, great
Now,
to know. Thank you, Evelyn.
thank you, Yoani.
Candace, thank you so much for that information. Like, a lot of families don't know there's services out there that don't cost $50,000 for one
It's
one
so
week of.
important. Yeah.
Mm. So no, if you'd be, I would definitely contact you. I work in the schools in Rockland. I would love to have you, like, even if it's virtually. I know that's so much more convenient these days sometimes
Yep.
to
And we
like
do,
meet with the FRCs and social workers in our district.
absolutely. We've been to the Head Starts this year. So if you need us to come and present, let us know.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thanks again.
Norma, thank you for posting that contact information. Much appreciated.
I'm putting it up right now.
Thank you.